You're watching Channel 4.
4-4-4. 4-4-4.
Pressure's big. He's chased. He's on the run.
I don't think he made it. He didn't make it.
And now the ball does come loose. Fumbles. Now he runs with the ball inside the 5. Touchdown.
Good evening and welcome to Miami as the NFL playoffs reach their quarterfinal stage. If you saw our special New Year's Day program, you'll know that in the wild card games, the New England Patriots beat the New York Jets 26-14, and the New York Giants beat the San Francisco 49ers 17-3. The Patriots go on to meet the Los Angeles Raiders, the Giants, the Chicago Bears, and those two games you'll be seeing next Sunday. But tonight, from here in sunny Miami, it's the Dolphins against the Cleveland Browns, and from Los Angeles, it's the LA Rams against the Dallas Cowboys.
Here in Los Angeles, the Rams and the Cowboys are meeting in the playoffs for the 8th time in 13 years. Dallas lead the series by 4 wins to 3, but there's very little to choose between them going into this game. Both have based their success this year around their defenses. And the key could be which of those two great running backs, Tony Dorsett of the Cowboys and Eric Dickerson of the Rams, makes the bigger impact. Dallas at the LA Rams is coming up later.
Well, if there's little to choose between the Cowboys and the Rams, there are worlds between the Miami Dolphins and the Cleveland Browns. The Dolphins took the AFC East with a record of 12-4, the 12th time in 16 years they've either won the title outright or shared it. The Browns, on the other hand, took the AFC Central for the first time since 1971, and their record of 8-8 is the worst ever by a division winner. It's reckoned that if the Browns' rookie quarterback Bernie Kosar plays the game of his life, if their running game is at its best, if their defense surpasses itself, and if the Miami Dolphins make the mistake of taking it all too easily, then Cleveland have about a 20% chance of winning. Let's see what happens. We join play on Miami's first drive at the Dolphins' 42-yard line. Our match commentators are Bob Trumpy and Don Crickey. First down and 10.
Bennett. And Rodgers, the free safety, got it, and Woody Bennett almost went the distance. A 17-yard gain as it is. So the Dolphins break a big play on their first from scrimmage.
Surprising play to start the football game by the Miami Dolphins. This is a team that has not run the ball very well. But I think this offensive line of the Miami Dolphins, they're upset that no one gives them respect for the running yards that they get for Nathan and for Bennett. That surprised Cleveland more than anything else, Don.
17-yard gain. Now Marino ready to strike on first and 10. Dan Marino, who makes it happen fast, goes to tight end Dan Johnson, and he's inside the Cleveland 35-yard line. A look at the Browns defensively. Golick, the middle guard, the nose tackle Bob Golick is heading to the Pro Bowl. Linebackers, the strength of the defense, Chip Banks, a Pro Bowler. Johnson and Nicholas start on the inside. Nicholas in for the injured Tom Cousineau. Clay Matthews, an outside linebacker, has been a Pro Bowl player. Minifield and Dixon at the corners, good coverers. Safeties are strong. Defensive secondary, a good area to Cleveland team. Second down run by Tony Nathan, and the Browns shut him down. Coming up to fill was Chip Banks. 4 years in the league, 3 times a starter in the Pro Bowl.
Don, I noticed at the outset the Cleveland Browns known for bump and run cornerback coverage by Dixon and by Minifield, backing off of Clayton and Duper at the start of the ball game. There are two schools of thought when you play against Dan Marino. If you blitz him, most people say you get killed. The other choice is, of course, put as many guys back in coverage as you can, make him throw into the zone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 DBs now for the Cleveland Browns.
Marino setting in the shotgun at the 39-yard line of Cleveland. Matt Moore. Nice breakup on the play. Coming up to get it was the strong safety Al Gross.
One of the big things we want to watch all day is who matches up with Net more, this gifted third down receiver. This time it's Felix Wright, 22 on the inside. He gets by Felix Wright, but Wright does the correct thing. He stays underneath the receiver. I think Marino's first choice would have been Net more. That's great coverage by Felix Wright on that play.
Reveiz, the rookie kicker, has the longest this season of 49. He's ready to try a 51-yarder for the Dolphins. Wind should not be a factor. Right down the alley, Juan Reveiz puts the Dolphins on the board with 10:34 to play in the first quarter. Miami takes a 3-0 lead.
2 possessions later, Cleveland have the ball at their 18-yard line. First down and 10.
Bernie Kosar gives off, and the Browns get some power back running from Kevin Mack, who takes it across the 30 for a gain of 8, almost 9 yards. State-of-the-art treatment for a bad ankle. Glenn Blackwood. This is Glenn in the locker room yesterday being treated with some kind of an airbag. Must have worked because he's out here today.
Yeah, a week ago Glenn Blackwood could not have played with that bad ankle, but he has it over taped, and he's going to do the best he possibly can, go as long as he possibly can, and give way to his brother Lyle.
He's the man who calls the defensive signals for Miami. He leads them in interceptions with 6. Integral part of the Dolphin defense. Glenn Blackwood, he's in there now. Second and short yardage, and Kevin Mack puts his head down and doesn't get a thing. Doug Betters fought off tacklers and rode him down, so it'll be third and short yardage again. Kevin Mack played in the U.S. Football League after coming out of Clemson, and then came in as an NFL rookie to Cleveland, rushing for over 1,100 yards. 5 yards a carry average.
My estimation should have been the NFL's Rookie of the Year. He did an outstanding job for a team that last year was finesse. Cleveland's first down of the ball game.
Right now, with the spot giving the Browns a first down, they're ready to go now. First and 10. Kevin Mack, Lilja pulls, and Kevin Mack, a power runner with speed, working hard and gets 11.
Whoa.
First down, Cleveland. So the Brown game plan, Trump, as you pointed out, was to run the ball at Miami and keep Marino off the field. This set of downs, it seems to be working.
And they all seem to choose to run to Kim Bokamper's size. Now, he's not a bad player. He's just the smallest defensive lineman. He's a former linebacker, a former all-pro linebacker, converted to defensive end. Ricky Bolden do a good job. 1, 2, 3 missed tackles. 4, he's still fighting. 5, 6 guys finally hit him before he goes down an 11-yard gain.
Now Curtis Dickey is in the game for Cleveland. Picked up off the waiver wire from the Indianapolis Colts, a former #1 of the Colts. Curtis Dickey, he can go fast. And Curtis Dickey bangs ahead for 9 more yards as the Browns, powering the ball, are getting the jump on the Miami defense right now. Bud Brown, the free safety, made the tackle for the Dolphins.
Heat and humidity in Miami always takes a toll on opponents. Of course, the Cleveland Browns worked out for a week in Vero Beach, which is about, I think, 120 miles north of here. It's not quite as hot. It's not quite as humid, but they got their first good work in about 6 weeks.
Kevin Mack, the leading rusher in the game, has 5 carries for 25 yards. In games that he's gained 90 or more yards in, Cleveland's unbeaten. It's in 5 games. 5-0 in those. Pitch back. Dickey. A world-class sprinter at one time, and he gets ahead for 9. A lot of times you hear the term a world-class sprinter when a guy ran college track, but Curtis Dickey was one of the fastest people in the world at Texas A&M.
Not a bad average. 2 carries now, 19 yards. Watch Charles, the nose tackle. Defensive players can never quit until that ball is on the ground. That's one of the advantages that offensive players have. They can rest once they make the block, and they can kind of take the down off. But you'll see 71 come from the inside. His play much improved, as stated by Don Shula, and that's helped the Browns rushing defense to this point.
Power alignment again for Cleveland. On second and short, 2 tight ends in, and Ernest Biner. No, they play fake. Kosar looks, swings it out to hold a tight end, a former All-Canada player, and he has a first down for the Browns. Puts his head down and butts his way to the Miami 36-yard line. Brodzinski knocked him down. Schottenheimer's ready to get in the game, I think, here.
Yeah, he tapes his ankles just in case. Holt is a guy who has been on the IR for most of the season. Recently activated. He's picked up about 10, maybe 12 pounds. not good weight, but he's an excellent blocker and a good outlet receiver for Bernie Kosar.
Browns and the Dolphins have not met since 1979. First time in 13 years Cleveland's been at the Orange Bowl. Biner turns the corner. And the Dolphins continue to give up a lot of yards as Cleveland runs to the right side of the Miami defense. They had a 15-yard gain.
This young man seems to be the heart and soul of the offense of the Cleveland Browns. He needed 7 yards on his last run of the regular season to reach 1,000. He got 9, and he doesn't run to the sideline. Boom, he takes on Glenn Blackwood there. These guys are fire plugs, and they got jets on their feet.
So Biner with 3 carries, 21 yards for Cleveland. The Browns working their game plan to perfection on this drive. This initiated at the Cleveland 18-yard line. Miami leads the game late in the first quarter, 3-0. Kevin Mack. We saw a lot of Hugh Green from early in the game. He hadn't been there in this drive. They're knocking him right off the play.
I do think that if Mack had waited for George Lilja, number 62, he'd had a better chance to pick up some yards. He outran that offensive lineman in front of him, had no interference when he got to the sideline. This is power football. Whoa.
But Miami leads on the board with a 3-0 count, a 51-yard field goal, the longest of his pro career for rookie Fuad Reveiz. That was on the Dolphins' first possession. 9th play of the drive coming up now for Cleveland. 2nd and 8. It's loud here at the Orange Bowl. As Biner tries the middle, and filling very nicely to make the hit was Jay Brophy, a teammate of Bernie Kosar's for 4 years at Miami of Florida.
To this point in the ball game for the Cleveland Browns, averaging 8.5 yards on each first down. That gives you a 2nd and 1.5. Any coach can look like a genius.
Some nicked people already. Miami linebacker Jackie Shipp is out with a bruised shoulder, but is going to return shortly. Right now as the clock runs, 1:38 to go in the first quarter. Cleveland driving, Miami leading 3-0. Open man. Ozzie Newsome, he's in for Cleveland, and the Browns take the lead. Okay, there's a lot of Cleveland fans down here.
Rooting for them dogs. Alex Moyer, 54 for the Miami Dolphins. The man in coverage. Tell you, this Kosar kid is absolutely unflappable. There you see 54 Newsome, all-time leading receiver at the position of tight end. Takes a hit, gets the ball in the end zone. What a drive. What a drive by the Cleveland Browns.
An absolute football masterpiece. The Browns taking it from their own 18-yard line, banging it down the field. Run, run, run. A couple of key throws. The last for a touchdown by Kosar. And now the extra point is drilled up. And it's good. And with 1:24 to play in the first quarter, the Cleveland Browns have now taken a 7-3 lead.
Into the second quarter now, and 4 minutes remained in the half when Dan Marino threw this interception on a 3rd down and goal. Two plays after Don Rogers' 45-yard return, Cleveland have a 3rd down and 5.
Play fake, Kosar, swing pass out of the backfield. And coming up with the ball is Herman Fontenot, and he is very close to a first down. He has one for Cleveland. Well, they spot the ball. It is a first down as he's inside the 45-yard line of Miami. So the Browns go into their bag of tricks, and it works.
William Judson on the tackle. Nice conservative play call by the Cleveland Browns. You fake the Biner up front. And the swing pass is just like a handoff. It's a sweep with a pass. Judson on the tackle, but Fontenot does get the first down.
Herman Fontenot, the only rookie free agent on the Cleveland team. Schottenheimer's brother coaches for Bill Arnsparger at LSU and recommended him. It's first down and 10. Kevin Mack busts up the middle and takes it down to the Dolphin 33-yard line. The Browns inspired after that big play in the end zone by Don Rogers, the interception and subsequent 45-yard return that stopped the Dolphin drive. And now Cleveland heading for the end zone.
Mack averaging 5 yards per carry throughout the season. He's deceiving both in strength and in speed. He now has 9 carries for 48 yards. And each time a running back from the Cleveland Browns fires through that line of scrimmage, boy, hands on the Cleveland Browns sideline, fire up in the air.
As right now, Cleveland with a 7-3 lead has it 1st and 10. Curtis Dickey breaks tackles, and Dickey's down to the 23-yard line of Miami. Curtis Dickey was literally run out of Indianapolis. They didn't like his attitude, but apparently found a new one in Cleveland.
Got great speed, too. He can get to that corner so quickly. And the yards rushing been the story of the ball game. The Cleveland Brown offensive line absolutely blowing the Miami Dolphins defensive line way off the ball, Don.
Stamina is maybe the most important factor in winning in the Orange Bowl, though. The Dolphins are a proven commodity. They can go the distance in the heat. We'll see if Cleveland can. Dan Marino and the Dolphin offense can only look on now. After the interception of Marino, Cleveland driving down into the closed end of the Orange Bowl. Noise level is sky high. Kosar's been down this road before, though. On the run, the tip ball beautifully done. Coming off to make the play was Bob Brzezinski. Ozzie Newsome, the intended receiver.
Boy, that was a shock. Bernie Kosar rolling out, and he is basically a drop back passer. Watch Newsome inside release on Brzezinski. And Brzezinski makes a great job just getting that arm out there. 6 feet 4 inches tall. And down in the trenches, Cleveland offensive line doing a pretty good job against the nose tackle of the Miami Dolphins, Mike Charles.
Third and 8. End up to Ernest Biner, open field. He's heading for the end zone. Ernest Biner's going to get down to the goal line. He is. Touchdown, Cleveland. 3rd and long. They go to the run. It's a 21-yard touchdown run. And the Browns right now are stunning down Shula and the Dolphins.
Browns doing an exceptional job of confusing the Miami Dolphins defense. In the 1985 season, there were 6 teams who had 100-yard rushers against this Dolphin defense. Cleveland Browns well on their way to having one today.
Biner Trump has gained 60 yards already on 8 carries, 7-5 a rush. And now the extra point is up and good by Matt Barr. And with 58 seconds to play in the first half, some surprising numbers are on the Orange Bowl scoreboard. It is Cleveland 14-3.
Bolden does a great job of pulling here and just leading down the field. This is one of the advantages a team has with 2 weeks to prepare for this football game. You can put some new things in. Obviously a new formation and a new play from shotgun. Something that the Cleveland Browns designed up there in Vero Beach. The Miami Dolphins probably had not seen on film. And it was just great execution. Got linebackers going one way. They come back with the counter the other way.
We join play in the 3rd quarter on Cleveland's first series. 1st down and 10 at their 20-yard line.
Kevin Mack. And the Dolphins stop the run. Jay Brophy shot the gap, made the hit, a loss on the play inside the 20-yard line of Cleveland.
You wonder, even though the Dolphins are playing in their home stadium, as much time as this defense was on the field in the first half, will it at some point show in the Miami Dolphins? You don't get as tired playing offense as you do playing defense. It takes more energy to react than it does to act.
2nd and just over 10. We're talking about rock concert decibel level of this crowd right now. Trying to throw off Kosar and the Cleveland offense. Biner. Everything he's got And it's only good for a yard as Brophy took on the run again. Jay Brophy, another Miami Dolphin who grew up a Cleveland Brown fan. He grew up in Akron, Ohio, near Cleveland.
Report from the Dolphin bench. Jackie Shipp does not have any broken bones. Not sure what the injury is. Don't know if he'll be back yet today. Now this is the spot where Cleveland can run so very well. The pass defense is in for Miami. This is when Biner's broken the long ones.
3rd and 8. Throwing a catch to Clarence Weathers. He turns the corner. He has a first down for Cleveland. So on 3rd and 8, Kershaw goes to his speed receiver, Clarence Weather, and he outruns the corner and gets ahead for 12 yards and a first down.
They've missed this young man when he was hurt, too. Watch the acceleration once he catches the football. 28 yards per catch. That's that's Blackwood trying to make the tackle with that injured ankle. Foot speed-wise, he can't win that battle.
Clarence Weathers out since the Seattle game when he was knocked out. He pointed out averaging 28 yards a catch for the Browns in the regular season. Caught 16 balls. So the run they go, and Ernest Biner breaks it up the middle. Across midfield, Biner at 2:15 with open. Look at the block by Weathers. Biner's going to go the distance. Clarence Weathers took 2 Dolphins out, screened him away, and knocked them both down. They tripped over each other, and Ernest Biner breaks it 66 yards for a Cleveland touchdown.
That's the longest run of the year by a Cleveland running back.
Hey, there's some people down here from Ohio because when Cleveland scores, there's a lot of noise also.
That's also the longest run of the season against the Miami Dolphins. 120. Look at that per carry average, 12.8 yards.
So now the Dolphins, Trump, have to go to about page 11 of the playbook and start calling for the long stuff. Although in their offense, that might be on page 1. They got to change the attack, though. They need points in a hurry. They need big plays, do the Dolphins, as they now trail 21-3 with 11:22 to play in the 3rd quarter.
So Miami trail by 18 points as we join their next drive at the Browns' 38-yard line.
As right now, Dan Marino on 2nd and 10 fires and hits Nat Moore down to the 29-yard line and very close to another Miami first down. Game clock winding down in the 3rd quarter to 7:20 and running.
First half, we saw Nat Moore run nothing but out patterns with this single coverage. This time, with Felix Wright in coverage, he fakes the out, breaks back into the inside. Miami showing good patience here. Marino likes to throw the ball deep. I think he's been told by Don Strock and Don Shula and David Shula, quit throwing it deep, throw it underneath. That's the first time I think he's hit a primary receiver all day long, Don. All the rest have been outlet receivers.
Miami gets the first down at the Cleveland 28-yard line. Don Shula's Dolphins moving the ball now. Beneficiaries of that personal foul call against Cleveland, which gave Miami a first down. Dan Marino, their quarterback, with 78 touchdown passes in the last 2 regular seasons to lead the NFL both years. He had 30 this year. The all-time record 48 last year. But the Dolphins have not been in the Cleveland end zone yet with the ball. 21-3 Cleveland, 3rd quarter. Takes it down to the 17-yard line. First down Miami, a 12-yard gain. Al Gross saved it from going the distance.
In the design of a defense, linebackers are taught that you are not to drop in coverage until the quarterback passes the running back. Then you know he can't give it to him. That delay held those linebackers at the line of scrimmage just long enough for the offensive lineman to run a nice little draw trap.
Dan Marino on 1st and 10. Steps in, drills, and hits Dan Johnson, and he's down to the 6-yard line, very close to yet another Miami Dolphin first down. And again, it was the strong safety Al Gross who saved it from going in. If but for the moment, as the Dolphins right now are going to go 1st and goal if they get a first down here. They do. First and goal, Miami.
Marino now 18 of 34, 159 yards. He's gone away from the wide receivers, going to the tight end, underneath the coverage. This is where Cleveland has come with their 6 defensive backs. The last time they were down here, 1, 2, 3. Now this is a standard set. 34 defense, 4 DBs.
This is the 11th play of the Miami drive. First and goal from the 6. Hardy had it, and Hardy lost it. He was popped by Don Rogers, who you remember made that big interception in the Cleveland end zone in the second quarter. And the Browns quickly took it down the field after his 45-yard return and scored a touchdown.
Browns come with a blitz. You see Eddie Johnson inside. Marino fades a little bit. That's almost a touchdown.
Cleveland should win, and the Raiders should win. Cleveland would go to Los Angeles. If the Patriots should win and Cleveland should win, the Patriots would go to Cleveland for the AFC Championship game.
5 DBs now for Cleveland, Don.
Don't count Miami out. Down 21-3, a throw and an incompletion in the end zone. It's a clean play. The Browns strike as the ball arrives on Nat Moore's hands.
Felix Wright, man-to-man coverage. Don Rogers, the free safety, standing there. Moore runs the inside pattern. Wright, for the most part, has done a great job, although he allows too much cushion there. If not for Rogers, that's 6 points. And that's Mr. Rogers' neighborhood.
And I know this, Trump, just into the game is Joe Rose, tight end for Miami. Marino loves him down close. Steve Crosby, one of the assistant coaches with Cleveland. He's the assistant head coach, spent time here with Miami. Talking to him yesterday, said if they get down close, we know Marino likes Rose. We're going to double him every time.
Moore in the backfield, Don.
This is Marino's 37th pass of the game coming out. And Marino looks. He fires. He's got Nat Moore for a touchdown. Miami's in the end zone for the first time. It's a 21-9 game.
Moore's 8th touchdown catch. Watch what he does. He runs the out fake. Wright bites on it. Marino's got time to stay with it. That's as tough a drive as Miami's had to orchestrate to get in the end zone this season.
Well done by the Dolphins. 13th play was a lucky one for Miami as they get it in on the throw to Nat Moore, and the extra point by Reveiz is up and good. And so with 5:13 to play now in the third quarter, it's a 21-10 game. Penalty marker down on the point after.
Offside. Defense. Point is good. It's to penalize on the kickoff.
Watch once again. Felix Wright, 22, just out of the picture. Moore runs an outstanding pattern. That's that veteran in him. His 8th touchdown catch of the '85 season.
Cleveland were unable to move on their next possession, so Miami have the ball once again.
Miami's right back in the race if they can take it in on this drive, trailing Cleveland 21-10. Dan Marino, a throw and a strike to Tony Nathan down to the 42-yard line of Cleveland. And for Dixon made the play, but Marino starts to find the mark.
Now, the one thing you notice about Cleveland, they've gone away from the 6 defensive back set that they used in the first half. I think a lot of teams at times when you get a lead that's 21-3, you start going into a shell. You become conservative. Don't give them the big play. Don't take the chances we took in the first half. Look, they still got just the 4 defensive backs.
Tony Nathan on a second down and almost 4 carry takes it close to the 40-yard line. Game clock down to 3:45 and running. Eddie Johnson made the play. A lot of times these games here left in the third quarter, 3:39. These games in the heat of South Florida turn into championship fights in the heat. Knockout punch sometimes comes late, and it's the loss of body fluids more than the right hand that takes the fighter out. And a lot of teams have lost games down here when they just couldn't make the play late in the game.
Now Cleveland comes with their 6 DBs. No, that's not right. I think they got. No, it's not right. This is a goal line situation.
They got 6 down linemen. Didn't help. Davenport, a rookie running back from Louisville, crashes for a first down.
This is 2-down area, no question about it. Even if they don't make the first down, well, they do get the first down. Watch Hardy coming in motion. This is a kind of the new wave of the NFL. You bring one of those guys in motion and they trap somebody from the blind side. Miami with a big first down pickup there.
Brown team en route to the AFC Central Championship has lost some of the most heartbreaking games. The Raiders beat them in the closing seconds. Steelers beat them on the last play in a field goal. Lost in overtime one, but still came back to win their division as Bruce Hardy makes the reception down close to the 30-yard line.
He's out too. Oh, he gets up.
He came to.
Once again, that matchup, Eddie Johnson single coverage on Hardy. Gross makes the hit. Hardy slow getting up. 4 catches now, 37 yards. He's been the big guy in his second half.
Marino doing a lot of throwing, 39 passes, and we're still in the third quarter. Bernie Kosar's only thrown 12. 1 for a touchdown. He's hit 6 of the 12. An interception each way. Busted it. Look at that power. And look at Ron Davenport. He's into the end zone for a touchdown, a 31-yard run. And that is the 14th touchdown of the season for this rookie. Nathan gave the big block from. So the Dolphins make it happen fast as they go 48 yards in 5 plays. The last 31 on the touchdown run by the rookie Ron Davenport.
At 6'2", 230 pounds, watch him run over Rodgers. I mean, absolutely pancaked him. Waltzes the last 15 yards into the end zone, slam dunk, 6 points. We're in this ball game. Watch him put that inside shoulder down. Good pull, bam, right there. Weathers goes down. Rodgers goes down. Davenport goes in.
Into the fourth quarter, and Cleveland still lead by 4 points.
Miami could find themselves in a game of beat the clock pretty soon. It's 7:16 to go. Those are the 2 guys who are beating Miami with their running, Mack and Biner. Now it's up to the Cleveland defense to try to stop Marino and the Dolphins. Nathan weaving. Tony Nathan in open field. Al Gross has a line on him, and Gross gets him, but inside the Cleveland 35-yard line. So Marino to Nathan is good for 39, and the Dolphins drive on.
Once again, the matchup, Eddie Johnson with Tony Nathan. Third time we've seen it. Third time Nathan has been able to avoid the initial tackler. Good job by Clayton, giving him an assist and a block down the field. I'm telling you, this Miami football team knows how to win, Don. Look at that move. Then he turns to the outside. Watch the little block by Clayton. Helps out a little bit.
6:34 to go. Jolting hit. Joe Carter coming out of the backfield was popped there by Curtis Weathers.
Don, coming into this ball game, we thought Nat Moore was going to be the big receiver. He just went into the ball game there for the Miami Dolphins. But this is what championship teams do. When Nat Moore can't catch the ball, they get it to Tony Nathan. He's now got 9 catches for 91 yards. They adjust. That's the name of the game.
As you know, the Miami Dolphins were in the Super Bowl last January. The Cleveland Browns have not won a postseason game since 1969. Not won a championship since '64. Right now, Cleveland, a 2-touchdown underdog in some estimates, leading 21-17 in the fourth quarter. But the Dolphins coming back. That's Bruce Hardy. And he's down to the 18-yard line. Don Rodgers made the stop. A 14-yard gain for the Dolphins.
Chris Rockins on the coverage. Here's that single coverage again. On the inside guys, Marino does a great job getting it there at the right time. Rockins slips. Hardy and Nathan have been outstanding this second half. Marino all day has not really been pressured that much. He's got time to sit there and look. The Browns preferring to lay back in coverage.
Marino putting a lot of balls in the air. This will be his 45th pass. His next one. Right now he goes to Davenport, the man who broke the 31-yard touchdown run. He cracks the Cleveland defense inside the 10. First down, Miami are very close to one. It's going to be a yard short where they spot the ball.
Stevenson, Foster, excellent job up front. Little delay. Running back cuts back. Schottenheimer seeing it slip from his hands.
Projecting ahead a bit, Trump. The Dolphins should take it in and kick the extra point. They lead by a 24-21 count. Cleveland conceivably could get in position, kick a field goal. We might not be done playing after 60 minutes.
But they got to do it running. They don't throw the ball well when they have to late in the game to get back in it.
Nathan head down, takes some jolting hits, and he's down to the 7. It's a Miami first down. First and goal, Dolphins. And again, the sold-out Orange Bowl erupts with crowd support for Miami.
As hard as these two teams have fought throughout this football game, no matter who wins, you wonder at this point what effect it will have on them next week. This has been an absolutely devastating when it comes to physical part of the game to this.
Good point. The fourth horn to a frazzle now, and still some way to go is Davenport, the power back from Louisville, 235 pounds, a man who scored 14 touchdowns in his rookie season, one today. That rams his way down to the 2-yard line. Eddie Johnson knocked him down. Second and goal, Miami. A touchdown puts the Dolphins in the lead for the first time since early in the game when they led 3-0.
Hang on to the football here for Miami. Just hang on to it.
Davenport with 45 yards on 4 carries leads Miami in rushing. 31 of them coming on the touchdown run. Up back is Davenport. Nathan's a deep back, pitch back, Tony Nathan, and the Browns can't get him to it. No, he's down short of the goal line. It'll be third and goal. He's not in. He bounced before he hit the goal line. So it's third and goal, Miami. Game clock winding down to 2:34 and running.
On the same play. He's saying he's down. He's not in the end zone. He's down. Nathan, 8 carries, 29 yards. His big contribution, catching the ball. 9 catches, 91 yards for the day.
Now the Dolphins want to run as much time off as they can. They're not going to go down to the 2-minute warning.
So far the drive, 8 plays, consumed 5 minutes and 21 seconds. That's the most important factor for the Miami Dolphins.
2 minutes to go. Cleveland 21, Miami 17. Third and goal, Miami. Dolphins take the lead. A 15th touchdown this season for the rookie, Ron Davenport. 1:57 to play in the game.
5 carries, 46 yards for Davenport, his second touchdown of the game.
Reve spins the extra point up and through, and with 1:57 to go, the Dolphins, as they've done time and again, have rallied back, and they've taken a 24-21 lead. Now Cleveland gets it back with the whole season on the line.
Watch this score. A great block by Dan Johnson.
Whoa.
Clark cleans out the hole. Woody Bennett does a great job. Davenport's in the end zone before he's touched. First time that the Dolphins have led today. No, that's not true. They were up 3-0, weren't they?
First drive, first field goal. Glenn Young now for Cleveland. It's on the line for the Browns. Glenn Young, 2 hands on the ball, gets out to the 25-yard line.
Kosar waiting for his turn. He made his reputation for comebacks for the Miami Hurricanes.
Right on this field.
Right on this field. Look at him shaking his fist.
But right now we're talking Cleveland, Miami, and 1:51 to go. The 12th man intense now. The crowd noise so hard to work against. Throwing a catch. Biner has the ball. He's out to the 32-yard line. 1:41 to play. Clock running. Marty Schottenheimer cool under pressure. Watching his Browns go into alignment without a huddle. Right to the shotgun. Bernie Kosar, $1 million quarterback. Free ball. Kosar's got it, but there's a loss back to the 28-yard line. Browns led the NFL in fumbles this year. 23 fumbles they lost, but today they've not lost one.
Kosar, that was his 15th of the season. I don't understand why Cleveland is staying with the shotgun. With all the noise, get Bernie up underneath the center.
We're set to go now. Bernie Kosar going up, trying to call signals against the crowd noise. Biner gets the ball somehow and gets out to the 34-yard line. Third down play. It's going to be about 2 yards short of a first down. So fourth down comes up for Cleveland. They have to go. This is it for the Cleveland Browns. 56 seconds to play. Fourth down and 2. Kosar takes a look. He's going to run it himself. He has the first down and more. He's out to the 39-yard line. Quickly calls timeout, and the clock is stopped with 46 seconds to play as the Browns fight to get in field goal range to try and tie this game.
One of the most unlikely characters to run for a first down, Bernie Kosar. But being the competitor he is, he's going to do anything he possibly can to keep his ball club in the game. Gets enough for a first down, gets on the turf. Now, the fumble he had before, one of the problems with, you see his hands up quickly to call a timeout. Watch the motion man. Ball is snapped. Bernie's not even looking. And I think what happens is the center's going on the first sound, and that happened to the Cleveland Browns against Pittsburgh. Cost them the football game. They should get him up underneath center. Every time you put somebody back in a shotgun like this, when the crowd's really buzzing, it puts the quarterback and the team in jeopardy. You're going to reduce your chances of a fumbled interchange a lot if you just simply put him underneath the center.
No timeout remaining for the Cleveland Browns. Remember that one he called early in the third quarter when one of his receivers wasn't in the right position? So the heat really builds in a lot of ways on the Cleveland Browns. Down 24-21 in this playoff game. Kosar fires a tip ball. And it's second down and 10. Looked like George Little might have got that one from.
That's a pretty good job. Kosar's about 6 feet 6, 6 feet 6.5 inches tall. When he gets his arm up over his head, that ball's coming from 8 feet high. Little's still able to get his hands up.
Don, it's been something. 41 seconds to go.
Crowd has taken over this football game.
12th man looms large here in the Orange Bowl. Sure helped beat the Bears. Cleveland fighting to get some field goal range. They can send the game to overtime if they're successful on a long field goal. Or a short one. There's a throw and a catch to Ozzie Newsome as he tries to get out of bounds but cannot. And the Cleveland Browns, apparently unaware they have no more timeouts, wandering about with the clock down to 27, 26 and running. Now they hurry into formation, realizing that time is working against them. 20 seconds to play in the game. Kosa probably just fired out of bounds. 16 seconds. He takes a look, stands in, and fires near side. It's caught by Viner. Viner's ahead, but it's too little, too late. The game clock cannot be stopped by Cleveland. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. The Browns powerless now to stop the clock. And Miami wins the game 24-21. Viner elected to go upfield rather than to the sideline.
A mistake of inexperience. That's as hard a fought football game, Don, as I've seen in 1985. For both sides.
Cleveland 21, Miami 24. Minutes after leaving the field, the Dolphins were besieged by the press in their locker room.
It was a great win after being dominated the way that we were dominated. I think Cleveland played an excellent ball game. Marty Schottenheimer and his staff certainly have done a great job. And those running backs, they just keep coming after you. They just... they make you tackle them, and they're going for it all the time, and they can go the distance, like the one long run that they had. But we slowed them down some in the fourth quarter, and offensively we started to move. Ron Davenport, I thought, juiced us up a little bit when he got into the ball game. He had 1 run for a touchdown, 2 runs for a touchdown, but one was breaking tackles and getting into the end zone, and of course Marino really put the ball on the money in the last part of the third quarter and the fourth quarter when he had to put it on the money.
Was there a danger that you were taking the Browns a little too lightly, do you think, going into the game?
Maybe I can't speak for all. I can speak for myself. I didn't. I was watching them on film, and I had to block the people that had, was causing all the problems for everybody else, the linebackers. And we knew they got a great, set of linebackers on their team, and so I was concerned about them because I had to block them most of the time.
We knew coming in here that the Browns is a good football team. Anybody to take the Browns lightly has got to be crazy. They've got one of the best defenses in football, and they proved it today. We are a very high-powered offense, and like you say, for 3 quarters, we had problems. And that's, not a slap on us, but an indication of how good defensively they are.
Not really. We knew they were going to be tough. We didn't take them lightly. They just played great ball. They just came out and they wanted it, and they came out and played, But also we wanted it too. So, that's when we came back.
Now, you guys didn't run the ball that much, did you?
Well, we're not a running team. When you have a quarterback like Dan Marino, you don't run that much. He's an excellent passer. He's one of the best in the league, and when you have that, you don't run the ball.
As far as our offense is concerned, we knew what we wanted to do. We just, we were more effective doing it. As far as throwing the ball and running with the ball. In the first half, as far as I'm concerned, I wasn't playing as well as I'm capable of playing. I was making some bad decisions, but I think it just seems like they always had the right coverage to, what we were trying to throw. And
what were Cleveland doing particularly that was hurting you?
No, they were rotating in that. On third down, on third down, basically, that's when we had our problems. And they were rotating to Nat and Duper's side, and they were making it look like they were playing man, and then they were coming back in and hitting on Nat and doubling him, and having the other guy come over on Duper. And what I had to do in that case was just look at it and go the other way where there was man coverage, but in some cases I insisted on throwing it there anyway. But luckily we came through with what we had to do.
So this is the scene here in a very relieved Miami Dolphins locker room. Now let's go west to Los Angeles and John Smith for the LA Rams and the Dallas Cowboys.
Thanks, Nicky. When the season started, few people predicted that the Rams and the Cowboys would win their respective NFC divisions. The Rams were expected to finish second again, behind the 49ers in the West. While in the East, it seemed that the Cowboys were about to be left behind by the likes of the New York Giants and the St. Louis Cardinals. But the Cowboys and the Rams pulled through, and here they are, just 2 games away from the Super Bowl. Early in the first quarter, Dallas had to punt the ball to the Rams. and Henry Ellard's return gave Los Angeles excellent field position. On the next play, Dieter Brock passed to Henry Ellard. And the Rams moved to the Dallas 17-yard line. 3 plays later, Mike Lansford kicked this 33-yard field goal, taking the Rams into a 3-0 lead, a lead they held for the rest of the first half, as neither team threatened to score. We joined commentators Dick Vermeil, Hank Stram, and Jack Buck at the start of the third quarter.
Uh-oh, what happened?
They kicked that ball about 30 yards out of bounds. It must have been deflated when he kicked it.
Free kick, 30-yard line.
And Septien hurt himself. He's limping a little bit. What happened? He stubbed the ground or what? Septien walks to the sideline, and Saxon comes out. And evidently, no, that's not. Yeah, there's Saxon coming out. Septien hurt himself.
They might have to bring the.
Look at that.
They might have to bring the kicking coach, Big Andy Agajinian, out of retirement.
And the return is out to the 45. So the Rams get a lift from there as Charles White returned that ball out to the 45-yard line. There's a happening, and there's Bill Bates, who is in on the tackle. There's White, who returned the ball. Without Septien, the Rams start from their 45.
You don't realize how important that kicking game is in field position until you see something like this happen. You take it for granted. Now the Rams have the ball on the 45. I'd like to see more of that option, wouldn't you, Dick?
I think we'll see it more. They set it up there in the first half. They'll come up with it in this third quarter, I'm sure.
Out of the eye with Redden and Dickerson. Bills on the left side. Dickerson picks up where he left off.
It's the bye-bye Blues. It's over.
$55 yards, and now 133 yards for Dickerson on 17 carries.
You're going to see the fullback here will block to the left. Dickerson will roll it, and he'll cut right back up over the middle, getting a nice block from Slayton, the offensive center. See him now. He gets him rolling there. Now watch him cut back. Lockhart vacated a little too soon, and you're not going to catch this guy from behind.
Kent Hill,
no matter how fast you are, you're not going to catch this guy from behind.
Kent Hill picked up Randy White. Here's the extra point try by Lansford. He missed one this year. He makes it good. 10-0. Well, that didn't take long, did it? Good field position after the injury to Septien. 10-0.
Hank, you said that Randy White got cut off on the backside of that?
Yeah, I thought the key block, one of the key blocks, number one, it was a straight-ahead shot, and that's what you have to do against the Dallas Cowboys. Number two, I think that Kent Hill did a super job of blocking Randy White from the inside out and kept him from pursuing to make a play.
Well, we'll see it after the kickoff. Deep into the end zone to Duckett, 2 yards deep. Fumble! Rams have it. Newsome recovered the fumble. Third turnover by the Cowboys.
Here you see him running the ball on the right side, the ball in the left arm. The ball is knocked loose. There it is, follow the bouncing ball. And finally recovered downfield by Newsome, number 22. And the Rams have possession, plus 18. There it is.
That's the third Dallas turnover. One of them didn't really count. The interception by Urban. Here's Dickerson. And this is when the Cowboys really have to get tough, or they're going to be buried here. They trail 10-0, and having been shut out, they can do very little. Here's the touchdown by Dickerson a while back.
Now watch the left guard, Kent Hill, number 72 on this play, blocking on Randy White from the inside out. Watch him, the left guard, number 72, He gets a good inside position on Randy White. Look at he smothers him from the inside, and he runs right by him. Normally, Randy White would make that kind of a play, but he didn't that time because of the great block by Kent Hill, number 72.
1 yard on that last carry by Dickerson. 2 tight ends. Going for 6. Out of bounds. Out of bounds to Duckworth. That's reminiscent of that game against the Giants when he caught the ball and was ruled out of bounds, but he was out there, no argument.
The ball should have been thrown just a little bit sooner that time. Had he thrown it a little bit quicker, it'd have been in business. He'd have made the touchdown, would have been in bounds. Waited a little bit too long.
Take a look at as the ball comes down. You'll see he's reaching up there nice at the highest point. Right foot down, left foot over stride, out of bounds.
They show a replay of it here, and it's clear that the left foot went out of bounds, but the fans still won't buy it. It's 3rd and 9. Look where Dickerson is. Well, where's he going to line up? Look at that. Look at the lineup by Dickerson. He's just blocking now. They swing it out to him, and he drops it. Incompletes the call. Bill Bates was covering. 4th down now, and the field goal try by Lansford. 34 yards. Steve Dills holding. It's good.
So in the space of a minute and a half, the Rams had opened up a 13-point lead. Later in the 3rd quarter, the Rams punted to Dallas. And Gordon Banks was forced to fumble. The Rams were again in Dallas territory at their 40-yard line early in the 4th quarter. 2nd down and 10.
Uh-oh!